Hello, everybody. Just want to make sure that I'm live properly on TikTok as well. I've just had some issues on that side. Okay, welcome, everybody. I'm live right now. I'm sure you all see. Please let me know if there are any sound problems because I've had some issues that side too. Welcome, everybody, to the Overthinking Football Show. This, of course, is a watch along. We are on country duty because Banyana Banyana is playing Senegal. It is live on the Safa Facebook page. That is where it's going to be played. It is the friendly. We played them a couple of days ago, and that ended 1-1. Last minute, Penene was scored versus Banyana Banyana, and this time we're playing them again in Senegal. I think it's just a lot better to clump the friendlies together. We're seeing that happening with a lot of the sports friendlies, right? So new look Banyana team. We've all been crying. I know, I've been speaking about, golden age, Banyana Banyana, Are we relying too much on some of the other players? Borifilwe, Botembi, what happens when they leave? Do we have a proper plan B? So Desiree has taken this chance with these friendlies. Obviously, it's in the build-up to the WAFCON tournament later on this year. She's taken the chance to use some new people. She's taken the chance to bring in people that we have not seen before, or we've seen in glimpses. And yeah, she's gone that route with the national team. I'm happy because we finally get to see some new people. The starting lineup is as follows. We have Kellen Swart Ramalepe. We have Mhlongo Hatebe, Nokolo Cesane. We have Nicole Michael, Majia Mtandimbani, Banyana, and Motaung. For those that follow Banyana Banyana a lot, Swart, Ramalepe, Banyana, and Ujus are probably the people with the most caps right now. Guys, if you want to watch, it is available on the Safa website, on the Safa Facebook page. The Safa Facebook page is where I am watching this here game. Why does it say 1-1? Yes, these people don't take us seriously. On the bench, of course, we have Makakula, Musa, Dlamini, Linda, Mutlalo. We have Snotolo, the other twin. We have Mokhale Shamase, Makubela, Holweni, Nkwane, and Muletsane. First shot by Banyana Banyana goes over the post. These people don't respect us. How is the score 1-1, Safa? Are you taking into account what happened in the first leg? That's very interesting. 2-leg friendlies. Okay, so yeah, you want to see new people coming in. You want to see new players playing. Because at the end of the day, what happens if Urifilo is out, There's a game. Hey, wait, this is poor. There's a game, agent. Banyana Banyana versus Senegal. You know how I feel about Banyana Banyana. I will watch any game. I missed the first one, unfortunately, but I'll watch any of their games. Currently, they're playing a friendly versus Senegal in Senegal. First leg ended 1-1. So if you want to watch, it's available on Safa's Facebook page, guys. Safa's Facebook page is where this game is being shown. Shem, let me give them credit. I'm always having Safa for always being behind the ball with a lot of things. But here they are. They came out and they made sure that this game was live and shown live somewhere, which is an upgrade, guys. It's an upgrade. So Banyana Banyana, the last time we saw them out in proper competition was when we lost out to Nigeria. Nigeria, of course, beating us 1-0 away and then drawing 0-0 here in South Africa for the Olympic qualifiers, which means that unfortunately this year Banyana Banyana is not going to be going to the Olympics, the Paris Olympics in June, later on this month. Nazo? I like these ones. One of these ones, they play like they touch the ball. Yeah, there's a build-up, there's a play to it. I like them. Facebook upgrade, not YouTube nyana. Hare kumo hare. About YouTube, they haven't discovered it yet. They'll discover it after a while. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. But we are here doing country duty. Oh yes, what a run. Oh, final ball, final ball. If you saw the goal, I saw the goal versus Senegal. Hi guys. Yeah, these ones, the girls that have been chosen now really do play ball. Like they pass the ball around very well. It was Baltungile le goal. It's not necessarily the same thing that we see with the normal first team when Tembi's up front by herself, and then we play these long balls hoping for Tembi to try get there. We play at disjointed. We've been playing at disjointed football, man, which has been worrying me with Coach Des. Last time we spoke about Coach Des, we spoke about how it feels as though, man, football has, you know, there's another level that she's just not at, right? So it's good to see these ones actually playing the ball, the new team. King Defu, yes, it is televised. Well, not televised. It's on the Facebook page, Safa's Facebook page. That is where you'll find this game. It is not. It is not being televised by SABC. Actually, we can check. Let me see if SABC is showing it. As far as I know, it is on the Safa website only, and it is a one-camera setup. A one-camera setup. Let me look for it. TV live. I want to see if the supersport. Yeah, it's not on there. Play it. Oh, I'm waiting for Nicole Michael, man. I want Nicole Michael to show something. She was the live wire in those games versus. I don't know which game did we play earlier on. Was it Tanzania? She was a live wire. She always comes on as a super sub. You always wonder whether she's going to be a number one player at any time. Oh, I see that just at the time. They fell asleep there. They fell asleep. Your broadcast, the SAPC. 6 minutes in, it's been a quiet game. Ramalepe. If you don't know Ramalepe, Kyo Shapileng, Daideng, trap in. In the CAF Champions League, Women's CAF Champions League final. Are trap, are troopers. Yo, guys. Banyana style, the only team, the team that made me support them. I'm not a Sundowns fan, I'm a Banyana style fan. There's Kaylin getting her first touches on the. Kaylin! Hey, there's always that beef. Kaylin and Andile. Who must play when and all of that stuff. Oh, sweeper keepers, modern day football. Let's go, Nkolo. Yellow card. Ref, to who? Why? Oh, to the Senegalese people. Guys, the match is on Facebook. Safa's Facebook page. We're going to have quite a few games. Well, okay, Banyana Banyana stint is coming to an end now, and then Bafana is going to be coming in those games versus Nigeria. So we're also going to be watching those ones. We're always on country duty. Always on country duty. If Banyana Banyana or Bafana is playing, more than likely you will find me here, especially since Shem, it's done. That the club season is done. Rulani were in the group. People are going back and forth talking about Rulani. I'm going to have that as one of the topics for tomorrow. Whether he is still the man for the job. That is what we're going to speak about. Oh, offside. I don't know. They're very left-sided. They're very left-sided. So they seem to be favoring playing up the left-hand side. you'd imagine because she is the one of the senior players that is on the pitch, she's demanding a lot of the ball and she's actually getting a lot of that ball. But in terms of the actual build-up and play, you're not seeing too much from Banyana Banyana that is showing that, you know, they've got a little bit something up their sleeves. Oh, wow, that's the chance. Nicole! Magia. Got in their own way. Poor clearance from Senegal. Falls directly to Nicole Michael. She tries to do her running thing, but gives the ball away basically. When she finally makes the pass, it's offside. So I really want Nicole to do well, man. She's one of the ones that are to look out for the future. TS Galaxy Queens player. Status check, guys. Do we have a women's team yet? Dead Naturena. Because when you look at the league, you've got TS Galaxy, you've got Borali M. I think UJ is currently number 2, which is Pirates' affiliate. Stellenbosch has announced a women's team that is going to be taking part in the Sasol Regional League, because obviously I guess they didn't want to spend the money to try and acquire a Hollywood Bets League team, but they needed a women's team so that they could campaign in the CAF Confed where they're going. So do you have a women's team yet, guys? Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, we know about them. They're number 1 currently in the league, 3 points ahead of UJ, which is interesting because this year Mamelodi Sundowns ladies have been shocked in a couple of games. They've been shocked, right? Hey, let me just make sure that this thing is. They've been shocked in a couple of games, which is very interesting. Even though, I mean, they've managed to score, I believe it's 57 goals in their first 13 games. Why go high? I don't understand. Why are we going high? Good evening, Banyana Banyana playing now. Yes, Lufuno, Banyana Banyana are playing. If you want to watch it, it's available on Facebook, Safa's Facebook page. Safa's Facebook page. That is where this game is being showed. Nowhere else, as far as I can see. They are in Senegal right now. Relax, Nicole. Ish. That's it. When you're shooting for somebody and you really want them to do well, but hey, she's making weird decisions, man. She wants to run. Nicole Michael is Tembi Khatan, if you could put it that way. Tembi is a lot more refined, a lot more skilled. We know about all of that, but she's got the pace. She's got the pace and the confidence to go up against a lot of players. She's not afraid to go one-on-one with players. She's not afraid. She most of the time tries to use her pace. I think she just needs to learn how to control. Sometimes you don't need to try and run as fast as possible all the time when you're playing in a game. 12 minutes in, it is 0-0. But Banyana Banyana have a free kick just at the top of the box of Senegal. Let's see. Fella, this is an audition, man. Danko, 1-0. Danko, 1-0. Motaung has scored a free kick. Put it directly into the right-hand side. Danko! Nah, Timengi Tembile. What if there's the Timengi Tembile in SA? It has to be the number 2 ranked team in Africa. South, Banyana Banyana. Ay, shame. Let me update the score quickly. Let's hope that they don't get a dubious penalty like last time in Senegal and make it 1-1. There we have it. Banyana Banyana is 1-0 up versus Senegal. It's been a quiet game, I'm not gonna lie, but y'all made me watch Kaizer Chiefs, so I'd much rather watch a winning Banyana Banyana than to have to sit through a losing Kaizer Chiefs. Okay, Senegal trying to respond immediately. Oh, ushered out. Ushered out. Well done, well done, well done. Juice! We've been waiting for Juice to come back for a while. Yo, Juice! She was injured. She was busy doing lives with her wife here on TikTok. It's fine. That time we're like, yeah, but we need somebody in the center of defense that has a little bit of experience. I mean, when you look at who we're putting there, Abo. Played over. Okay, your ball. When you look at the people who are playing there in the defense, when you look at Abo Nuku struggling a little bit there at the back, you know, with the pace of the game. Nuku she's experienced, but the pace of the game, everybody was waiting for Juice to come back. So having Juice back was incredible. I want to see how she's going to fare in the first team again, since this is not necessarily the first team. I mean, the closest we have to a first team player is sitting on the bench, Omotalo, which is the first team player, Ulinda. So this is a very experimental team. It's an audition. So we want to see who's standing out. Motaung has looked very strong. They had the striking role. I don't know if she's good enough yet to take over from Upredwina. I don't know if she's good enough yet to take over from Tembi. So we'll see how it goes. PK, welcome. Guys, if you want to watch the game, it is on Safa's Facebook page. That is where the game is streaming live. Well done to Safa, man. Well done to Safa for pulling some strings there with the Senegalese and giving us and actually showing us this game. It was such a disappointment to have Banyana Banyana playing Nigeria, and we couldn't even watch it. You had to watch it on those shady sites. That was very disappointing. Because that's a very big match for us. It's number one and number two in the continent, right? They couldn't even show us that. In the last 5 games that these two teams have played, Senegal have drawn 2, 1-2. Oh, Senegal have drawn 3 and 1-2. Obviously, their last game being a 1-1 draw with South Africa, and before that they drew 0-0 with Egypt. South Africa, on the other hand, Banyana Banyana, their last game before that last Senegal game was against Nigeria, 0-0 at Loftus. Oramalepe celebrating her 100th cap for Banyana Banyana. Even though, because that was the second leg and Nigeria had beaten us 1-0 in Nigeria, we missed out on qualification to the Olympics. That is what we have from our last 2 games. Outside of that, it was a 3-0. It's a 1-0 and a 3-0 win versus Tanzania in the round just before we faced in Nigeria. All I want from Banyana Banyana this year is to defend their crown. It is nice to say that one of your national teams is continental champions, you know. Bafana gave us a 3rd place there in AFCON. These ones actually won their tournament, and they gave us quite a display in the World Cup. So that's why I mean, in Temba Laba, if there's a team in Temba, it's Banyana Banyana. So Sunny is always running around, man. She's always running around, Mara. She's got all the energy in the world. She just doesn't have the control, man. Look at the control, just to calm down at times. I feel the same way, like I said about Nicole Michael. Leana, she's got the same thing where she really just wants to run around. That's what all she wants to do. She really just wants to trap the ball, push it, and run. And I feel like you need a little bit more to play at this level or to display some of those first team players. Banyana in the midfield just committed a foul. It took her 18 minutes. Banyana, she's a good player, but she's a yellow card waiting to happen. Like when you have Urifilo Jane fit, usually you play somebody else there and you bring her on later on for a little bit of physicality, because you know that she's the yellow card. She's the yellow card and the red card waiting to happen. I actually wonder if she does this in the Sundowns games. Like, I wonder if she's as much of a risk in terms of the game in her other games. 19 minutes in, Banyana Banyana is leading Senegal 1-0. Family man, it's on the Facebook, Safa's Facebook channel, Facebook page. So if you go to Safa's Facebook page, it is live right now on the Facebook page. You know we support Banyana Banyana here. You know. Ooh, Kaylin. Kaylin and this weakness of hers of high balls. Kaylin and this weakness of hers of high balls, guys. Right now, she just came out for a ball, clashed with one of the Senegalese players, and they're both down. Kaylin, if there's one weakness she has, that's it. And I think, remember, she works a 9 to 5, and then she goes and plays for her team. She plays for JVW, Janine van Beek's team, right? Kaylin Swart. It's all well and good in Africa. In Africa, most of the time, you can get away with a lot because, what is the world doing there for that goal? Yeah. You can get away with a lot because the players are generally short. Like if you watch a lot of the, even the Champions League games, you see that our players are generally short. So it's not too much of an issue when she's playing local games and maybe continental games. The moment you go to Europe and when you get to go play those people, the height just messes with her. There's a button. I think what frustrates me most about Banyana Banyana when they're playing international competitions and I mean against like European countries, for example, they know these European countries that you can just, there's a button you can press. So if Banyana Banyana's got you pinned down or they're 2-1 up and you're struggling against them and you've tried to play football and they're closing down everything, you just go high and you start crossing balls and you start putting high balls into the box. That's where Kaylin Swart's weakness is. And I think that's why people are calling for Andile. We've been calling for Andile for years. Not to say that Kaylin is a bad goalkeeper, right? It's just that when it's crunch time and it's a very important game, teams know what to do against her. Teams understand that they can just hang a ball up there and she will struggle to get to it. You know, hang a ball up there and even our defense will struggle to get to those spots and stop those crosses. So it's an interesting one. It seems that she is trusted. So, you know, Desiree has her favorites. Kaylin is definitely one of her favorites. But she gets the job done. Oh. No, Tolo. If there's one thing missing from the match, I don't think there's I don't think either team has a player that's confident enough to just control the game. Right? Get the ball and control the game. I think right now both teams are playing a very messy type of football. And maybe in the second half you see a Linda come in. I don't know if she'd play. Linda, of course, who plays for Racing Louisville, the team that Tembi Khatana used to play for. She left Europe. She was playing for Glasgow City. I believe it was Glasgow City. She's number 10 to Linda. Nicole. Maybe I should just play a 4-4-2 and allow Nicole and Magia to be up front. Because the more Nicole has to control the ball and play, the more she loses it. I think we're going into a little break there. Family man, I can't find it. The page name. Let me get you the page name. The page name is, while they're on break here, it's the Safa Facebook page. So if you go to safa.net, so it's safa.net dash South African Football Association. That is the page name, and you'll see that it's live now. There's an event link there. It's live right now, the game, Senegal versus South Africa. You know what? Let me open up while we are here. Feel free to jump in, guys. I'm going to open it up. Feel free to jump in and tell me what you're feeling about this game. Let's have a conversation. 24 minutes in, Banyana Banyana is leading 1-0 versus the Senegal team. Wonderful free kick, a stunning free kick by Motaung, I believe it is, who managed to make it 1-0. One country duty, guys. One country duty today. Gregory, you can see the game on SAFA's Facebook page, safa.net dash South African Football Association. It is there on that Facebook page. So you can head on over to there if you want to watch the game. 25 minutes in, Banyana Banyana is leading right now. New look, Banyana Banyana. Shop. No problem, Gregory. Here comes Senegal, running straight through the defense. Oh, Kaylin Tanko. Hey, she had to come out there. The Banyana defense is so shaky, man. The Banyana defense is so shaky. Like, I wish, if only we could fix that defense. And I think it's a partnership problem, not necessarily a talent problem. We need to find the right two. Guys, the lines are open. Feel free to request. You have to be following me. Just click on that multi-guest button at the bottom of the screen. I want to hear from you guys right now while the game is on. 26 minutes in, like I said, we are leading. Oh, pass. What a turn. What a turn. There's 3 defenders in front of you. I know. Michelle is making a run. I know Michael is making a run. But there's 3 people in front of you. Why are you trying to thread a ball in between 3 people? Maramachia. And it's something I'm telling you about with Michael. At some point, you become predictable. At some point, we're on the attack, there's 2 people, and then you see this person trying to make a run from in front of the defense all the way behind. No, guys, can we show some... Like, can we show some, like, thinking, guys? Ish. Press. You can't press alone, though. Where's Nkolo? In terms of rankings, like I said, Senegal is 83rd in the world. They are 11th in Africa, and then Banyana Banyana 51st in the world, 2nd on the African continent, behind Nigeria. There we go. Offside. Because nichahile. Offside because nichahile, man. You know, we had this interesting conversation the one day, and one of the questions that were asked, or that I had asked, was around why Banyana Banyana and even to extent Bafana not really supported like that in the country. And you know, there's a ton of different things that happen in women's football, in women's sports in general. I think there's a lot of a lot of softer stuff that is missing. You know, your marketings, your PR. I mean, a lot of people basically don't know that Banyana Banyana is playing. They don't know. They couldn't have known. They don't know that Banyana Banyana also played last week, right? Oh, not last week, over the weekend, on Saturday. So, you know, when you think about women's sports, I think a lot of the time the assumption is that you will gain support. Oh, come on. You'll automatically gain support just because you're good. And I think it's more of a marketing and PR thing. I think some of most of the reason why we watch football or we follow football is not necessarily because of the quality of the game. If you think about the PSL, for example. But what I do think is that in Africa in general, we struggle with the PR and marketing. I mentioned the PSL. How many stadiums are full? How many stadiums have fans? How many teams are doing the hard work in order to build a fan base, right? You look at Nigeria, for example. They have a national motto that they put on all of their teams, specifically the men's team and the women's team. They had something that brought Nigerians together that was bigger than just those teams, right? It's a lot of work, guys, to fill out a stadium. It's a lot of work to get people to buy into what you're doing. And I feel like SABC and I feel like SuperSport let down the national teams. If you look at the work, I will always use this example. If you watch the Nedbank final, Pirates and Sundowns, you saw Siya Kolisi's face twice. Prolonged periods of time. Before the game started, they had the chasing the sun thing, and they kept it up for a good 2-3 minutes. Then at the end of the game, not end of the game, I believe it was right before the second half started, they had it up and they were doing those things. Those are small things that, you know, remind you, over and above the fact that if you think about chasing the sun itself, it's a bloody good idea. You learn about Boma Mpimpi, you get like that connection with them. And I think Banyana Banyana is one of the teams that could stand to gain so much from things like that. People don't know that, you know, it's on Facebook, spoiler, it's on Facebook, the SAFA page, safa.net, safa.net South African Football Association. It's live on their Facebook page. Think about the stories that could come from this thing that could bring South Africa closer to some of these teams. Coach Des used to play with hand-me-down kits from the men's team because the women's team didn't have kits of their own. The technical sponsor, when they sponsored SAFA, were not thinking about the women's game, so they play in oversized kits, right? A lot of them had to play after 30. I think Coach Des only made her debut after 30. You know, you have people within the team. Abo Hilda, the breadwinner, Abo Tembi, Abo Linda, all of those people whose stories you could be adding to the law of Banyana Banyana, and now you've got a link to the law of Bafana Bafana. Bafana Bafana gets third place at an AFCON. Third place, right? Amazing. Nobody expected them to get to that place, right? How many highlights of run saves have you seen? Just on TV in J, for the fun of it. Where they remind you, hey guys, Bafana Bafana is going to be playing. Banyana Banyana goes and wins the WAFCON. Goes and performs, gets to the last 16, if I'm not mistaken, of the World Cup. How many highlights have you seen where they've showed you Hilda Machaya scoring in the semifinals to take them through? The stories behind that, all of those little things. How many times have you seen those type of things? What is Coach Des thinking, man? That's even too far. Highlights. And I always say this is an Africa-wide problem. Africa-wide problem. Because you see the same thing in the Champions League. Ahly won the Champions League, 2 weeks ago. We should be seeing it on TV every day. Mamelodi Sundowns won the AFL. You should be seeing it every day. Yeah, just 20-second spots every day. In between, adverts, just adverts in between, as a reminder of what these people were able to do. As a reminder of what Bafana and Banyana Banyana are right now. You know, when you talk about Bafana, for example, people don't realize that this team is doing very well. I think Hugo Bruce still has an over 50% win rate. They finished third at AFCON. They did well even before AFCON. They were doing well, but nobody knew. This game is playing. No one knows where to watch it. No one knows that it's on. Like, if I'm not live right now, I'm sure there's a lot of us who don't know that Banyana Banyana is playing today. Like, it's those, I think those are the things that really get on my nerves when I speak about South African football. Those are the things that really get on my nerves. It's the fact that the PSL teams have no visibility within their towns or whatever. It's the fact that most of them on social media are lazy. They're not putting out anything. You see, Katlego says, me, I didn't know, just stumble across the line. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is a national team, I bet you, when the Springboks go out to play, you will know about the Springboks playing, even if you have no intentions of watching them. You will know about it. Them. And we need to move away from this mindset that, you know, oh, it's the white media. Yeah, white people. Guys, a TikTok account. You're telling me that a PSL team can't put together a TikTok account? 3,000 Rand phone, TikTok account, go live. Tabi, so it's on the Facebook page, yeah, Safa's Facebook page. Bro, DSTV is a joke. They will show us European friendlies, but they'll never show AFCON friendlies. But do you get what I mean? Asim. And funny enough, sadly, okay, I know the rights belong to the SABC. They were given the rights, CAF. But it's those type of things. People think I'm crazy when I say, if you watch 203, just watch 203, the EPL channel, mid-season. Randomly at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, switch it on. Do you know what they're doing? They're reminding you of the goals. Goal box with Gary Neville, where he's sitting down with Alan Shearer. Now, I've seen Alan Shearer's goals. Sitting down with Henri the next week, sitting down with Pires, sitting down with Banban. You know, you get given those things where there's the tactics one where they go to teams and the teams show them about their shooting or whatever. There's Boraiti and Mang. There's so much content that they create, and it's not by mistake, guys. It's not by mistake. It's not by mistake that those people made sure that when you buy the package of owning the rights for England, we are going to also give you programs that you have to put on. How hard is it to watch a CAF game? CAF Champions League, the continental competition. How hard is it when Sundowns is not playing? How hard is it to watch just a random game? Where do you get the highlights? Where do you get the other thing? Like, I literally sit back sometimes and I'm like, I don't think these people understand. PSL. I always say, I know all 227 of Henri's goals. Every single one I can visualize, I've watched, I've seen them, right? I didn't even have access to dstv, but we watched them. I cannot tell you what goal number 23 of Mbesuma's looked like in that runway, bro, where he set the record. I cannot tell you. They don't show us these things enough, and they wonder why we don't have a love for this game. I have a love for a team, Arsenal, that side, that I couldn't watch. Like, can you please let that sink in? I could not watch Arsenal play outside of Champions League games that on ETV at 10:15 on a Wednesday, where you are at school, you can only watch a couple of minutes before forcing to have to go to bed. I can find those things. But yet my own team, Kaizer Chiefs, shame. I remember the one, Malemekutsu. I remember the one. And I remember that final because Nasha Pile died. But those are the things. The fact that we don't know that Banyana's playing. The fact that Hollywood Bets League. Hollywood Bets League. Sometimes finding a log there. Yo. It's a mission. So if you make it hard for people to interact with your product, with your teams, then why would I support the team? You're supposed to create FOMO. Hey, bafana, I didn't support it during the AFCON, and look at what they did. There should be mad FOMO going into these World Cup qualifiers to say that, that team we didn't support, hey, we better support them now. Oh, they did something that nobody knew. This is what rugby do. This is what Chasing the Sun are for. It's not because these people love this team or whatever. The sponsors, they realize that you have to make sure the fans are on board. The Springboks might play 5 or 6 times in the year. You have to make sure that even in between that, you keep the fire rolling. Like I said, I have seen Siya Kolisi's face holding the trophy, World Cup, more than I've seen Janine van Wyk and Refilwe Jane holding the trophy for the WAFCON. More than I've seen Banyana Banyana with the CAF Champions League trophy. More than I've seen Bafana, the highlights. Ronwen Williams saving so many penalties in a row and all of that stuff. I've seen Siya Kolisi's face more than that. And it's not to hate on them. Nobody's hating on them. But Bosafa, Libo PSL, like they have to start waking up, man. They have to start waking up. It's not enough to have Kaizer Chiefs TV and Orlando Pirates TV, and I think Sundowns as the TV, the slot. They have to do a lot more with a lot more other things. But yeah, I digress. 42nd minute, corner to there goes Swart again. Corner to Senegal again. Swart tried to get to it. Counter. Side no call. 43 minutes in, it is 1-0. There we go, Nicole. Danko, 2-0. There we go, Nicole. There's a time to run, guys. There's a time to run and a time to just, measure yourself. But it's not Nicole who scored now. One of the twins. The twin that plays for the UWC. Her sister plays with Hilda Machaya over in Mexico for Mazatlán Femenil. You know, most of them play in Mexico now. Tembi's there. And Tembi left America. Most expensive signing out of the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League there in America. So she was the most expensive signing to go out. She then joined this, I'm forgetting her team name. Is it also I'm forgetting her team name. But Jermaine is already playing in Mexico. Tembi is in Mexico now. Hilda's in Mexico now. Snotolo is in Mexico now. So Mexico is the new landing spot for Banyana players. But
I just got a notification. It's a goal.
There we go. 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 I don't think this has been a classic performance by Banyana Banyana. I don't think they've played out of their skins in this game. I think Senegal, you're seeing that they're not a strong team. But then I'm a little bit disappointed with Banyana Banyana, especially when we know they're the better team, right? They seem to be taking it very easily. Shoot. Boy, give me the link, please. I want to watch. Facebook, go to Facebook, Safa's Facebook page. Safa's Facebook page is where they're showing this game. It's free. So go to Facebook, Safa. It's safa.net South African Football Association. So going over to Facebook, it's there, it's free, it's available, they're showing it there. That's the only place where they're showing it. That's the only place. As Paula says, they're supposed to televise our national team games, go SABC, both male and female. I get SABC, yakhetullah. Did you know that SABC holds all the rights? If there's anything African football that's happening in 2024, they own the rights. So, CAF Champions League men's, women's Champions League, we had the AFCON tournament, they had the rights given to them. You have the AFCON tournament because they were free to air. You have the WAFCON tournament that's coming up. You have a ton, Chan. You have everything that happens in African football, SABC has rights to. Now the question becomes, what do you do with those rights? You know, a lot of people will speak to me and say that, hey, business. The reason why you own these rights is so that you can gain a following and make sure that people are watching those things and hopefully they see your adverts and you get your viewership up. That's why you have it. So for me, it doesn't make sense to me that the SABC, for example, is not advertising these games when they have them. A lot of the time that SABC Sports, SABC Plus, Live app and the website and even the Facebook page, they show these games. But do they do any marketing? I don't know, guys. Those people who watch Abo Skim Sami and those type of shows, do you see any marketing that is done for the national teams? And I'm asking an earnest question to people in the comments. Do you see any marketing being done in those times where 15 million people are watching Uzahalo? Surely you can spare a 20-second clip to remind people what Banyana Banyana is, Bafana is, what times. Those are the small things. But that comes down to the organization, man. This is why Abu Rugby and those things will forever kill us, because we don't do the basic things right especially the national teams. We don't do the basic things right. National pride nyana. Thank you, Mominel. No stress. Guys, the game is on the Facebook page, the Safa Facebook page. 48 minutes. I believe this should be the last kick of the game of the half. Then feel free to request. Those who are watching, let's talk a little bit about what we saw from this game. Like I said, it's not a classic Banyana performance. They're not playing Senegal off the pitch as you'd expect them to. I know there's a lot of new faces, people that are getting their chance under Coach Desiree, but you expect a little bit more quality from the ladies. I think decision making up front has been lacking a little bit. in terms of who to pass, when to pass, where to pass. That's been an issue. I'm not sure about Umajia. She's there, but there's nothing building. Nicole Michael, like I said, is running up and down, trying to get in behind, even when there's no chance for her to get in behind. Nonkolo is a powerhouse. She's running up and down, but again, her running up and down is not directed. Like, it's not like a directing. Guys, it is halftime. Requestang. Let's speak. Let's talk about this game, guys. I know Latava when it comes to Banyana Banyana, guys. But anyway, yeah, that is my halftime analysis. Senegal has not been in this game at all. We scored a really great free kick to give us the first goal, and then Nonkolo placed it right into the corner for the second one. So I guess it's been a good thing. Aaron's 97. It's on the Safa Facebook page. Safa Facebook page. That's where, if you want to watch the game, Safa Facebook page. That is where they're showing it live right now. Unfortunately, or fortunately for me, there's no commentary or anything. They're just showing us the visuals there. It is South Africa versus Senegal. So yeah, guys, as somebody who's been calling for Coach Des to experiment, she's experimenting now. Coach Des is coming out with new players. She's giving them a chance, because the question has always been, what happens when the golden generation is done? What happens when, God forbid, Refilwe Jane announces the retirement? Thembi Kgatlana announces their retirement from international football. All of those type of things. You need to have people ready. The other problem is that we've seen that Banyana Banyana is first team heavy. So they've got an incredible first team. They've got a great first team. And like half of that first team is, you could argue, world class. But when plan A is not working, and you look at the bench and you're trying to bring in plan B, there's a lot of undercooked players that were sitting on that bench. So it's good that Coach Desiree is giving the ladies a run. It's good that we're seeing Abo Machia, we're seeing Abo Mtandi, Abo Nokolo. Nokolo is somebody that we know, Abo Mutau, Abo Michael getting their chances full on out. But yeah, it has been a very, very sloppy game. It's been a sloppy game against an opponent that is basically not there. I don't think this team is there. Is the streaming on Facebook? Yes, it's streaming on the Facebook page, guys. It's streaming on the Facebook page. Safa.net, Safa, South African Football Association Facebook page. That is where it is streaming. That is where it is streaming. How, guys, requesting? Let's talk. Let's have a. Yeah? You're all over me telling me about that, about Sundowns, again. And Pirates, yesterday. Been watching Euro warm-up match between Slovenia and Armenia. Boring game. Most of the games are boring. Most of the games are boring. But again, it's so interesting that it's easier for us to watch Slovenia and Armenia. It's easier for us to tune in and check out those games of those weird countries, right? No disrespect. But it's so hard to find a Banyana game. You can't flip through the channels and find a Banyana game that's playing and being shown. A friendly, that means nothing. Similar to these warm-ups for the Euros. See, so Slovenia, Armenia, yeah, keep up Blitzefela. They're showing highlights of the T20 World Cup. Net GDL. GDL is on TV. Under 19 league is on TV, but Banyana Banyana isn't. Interesting. It's very, very interesting. That's actually sad because we don't care about Slovenia. Guys, okay, can we have that conversation then? Because I see you guys are not all the way in with this match. We watch so much European stuff. We follow so many European things. I've got alerts for European friendlies on my phone, certain teams. I've got alerts for EPL teams. I've got alerts for PSL teams. Do you know how hard it is just to do it? I'm a content creator. Right? I'm a person that makes content 100% of the time. That is what I'm doing most of the time. That is what I do day in, day out. Do you know how hard it is to find highlights of games? Do you know how hard it is to find profiles of players? Back maybe a year ago, I used to profile South African legends. And I used to like bring in like, okay, this is the date of birth. These are the teams they played for. These are their stats. He had this many appearances, this many goals. These are the trophies that the person has won, right? Do you know how difficult it is to get stats from legends? I want you to Google Jordaan Milford and tell me how many games they say come up. I remember when I looked him up, I think it was 22 games that they had listed in his career. And it was so hard to go and find some of these things. And you have to dig so deep. You have to dig so deep to get these things. But Banyana Banyana, at least, okay, theirs is a little bit more complete away from the club side. When you have to go find Amanda Dlamini, what were her stats? What was she good at? What was this? Can I get some video footage of her that I can cut into a TikTok celebrating the? It's so tough. It's so tough. But if you think about it, go find me Wayne Rooney's highlights. I think I can do that in 5 minutes. I think I can have interviews by Wayne Rooney. I can have goals by Wayne Rooney. I can have his assist. I could have his scandals over and above the stats and all of those things. Those are very important things. How accessible is your league? How accessible is your football? And African football is not accessible. African football is not accessible. The fact that you can scroll on SuperSport and you'll come across a Slovenia match. Slovenia, Armenia. We don't know one player from there. It's playing live on SuperSport. You can find it by just pressing your remote like this. Meanwhile, Banyana Banyana is playing live in Senegal, right? And you have to find the Facebook page in order to watch it. You have to find it. A lot of us here can tell the schedules of our English teams that we follow. You can tell it down to the next 5 games later, 5 games in advance. We know that we're going to be playing Brighton on that day. Try to do it for Chiefs and Pirates. Accessibility, guys. Like, accessibility is such an important thing. Let me see. Ayanda says, in Africa, money first and the rest will follow. Alright, guys, I refuse. You telling me that Banyana Banyana can't put out a press briefing? Hey guys, these are the games that we're playing for the next 2 games, blah, 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 blah. Can you please come and take out these things and we can speak about this? SuperSport, SABC, you are our partner, our broadcast partner. You know what? Can we have even a still image that updates you to say that these are the games that are being played. The teams themselves, guys, here's a phone. Here's a phone. I built most of my TikTok off of this. Most of my social media stuff off of this. They can't afford a phone and a tweeter. Somebody who can tweet, somebody who can post, somebody who can go live. You know how easy it could be to have the accounts work together. One meeting, South African football. Guys, Banyana Banyana's playing. Please put it up on your account. Guys, Bafana is going to be playing. It has some of your teams. Can you please put it up on the accounts? On this day, on Thursday at 12 o'clock, we're going to have all of you tweet the same thing or X the same thing. We're going to have you do an Instagram of all of the same thing. Hey, Tsepo, you are live every day. You speak football every day. You are doing watch-alongs every single day. You know what? Here's a jersey. Can you do some videos and remind us during your lives that, hey, Bafana and Banyana Banyana are playing right now? It's not money, guys. It's not money. I don't believe it's money. I believe it's long-term planning, and I believe that we have short-sighted leaders. Like I said about the EPL, when the EPL gives you rights to the EPL, when Sky Sports sells you the rights, or whoever has the rights now, King BT Sports, whoever has the rights, when they sell it to you, they say, okay, here's a full day of stuff. A full day. But you guys are telling me that these teams can't do what I do here. Can't do what I do, sitting here as Utsepo. You saw what FIFA did during the World Cup when Banyana Banyana sang that song. You saw what FIFA did. Backing that thing. Here's one. Shabalala! You'll never forget about the Shabalala. Is that all money? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like the problem with our teams is that they believe. Problem with our teams, our broadcasters, our media in general covering African football, they have this belief that just because the football is there, people are going to follow you. Just because there's football, just because any team in your town, all of a sudden the stadium is going to be full every day. You're not going to have to do any work. There's work that's done. People talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Every time Kaizer Chiefs plays an away game, we know 2 days before when they land, they have a Vodacom, Vodashop activation. Throughout the week, they keep sending little snippets of things. When the team arrives at the stadium, they go live. Just for you to watch the players walking in, right? And while we may feel like those things are small, that's very important, and that's how they keep their market share. Banyana Banyana was playing Nigeria in an Olympics qualifier, Call of Tas. The Nigerian FA, if I'm not mistaken, had tickets and made sure that they distributed those tickets on that day. They made sure that, you know, if you're Nigerian, we've got X amount of tickets, go. Two days before the game, that's the first time you hear from, well, three days before the game, that's the first time you hear of any of the social media outlets going, okay, fine. We are about to play a game here. They reached out to us as content creators and said, hey guys, make some videos. Let's support Banyana. Not one video was reposted. We don't even know who won. Those are the people that are in charge. And it's not about money. I will fight tooth and nail for that point. It's not money. Those things are not money-based. Oh, why has it gone dark now? Look, it's gone dark. See, I was there. Nigeria outnumbered us as fans. I was embarrassed. It's because the Nigerian FA understood that Sunnyside is right there. When we go play Call of Stars, our fan base, or like a large part of our fan base in South Africa, lives right there. Why go so far and do all of these different things? They understood how to activate in our own country. The Nigerian FA, they understood. Do you know it's right next to Loftus? The University of Pretoria is right there. Tens of thousands of students right there. Was there an outreach? Were there activations? Couldn't you get the squad to make an appearance? Coordinate with taxi. The University of Pretoria Amatax is right there. They've got a team in the Hollywood Bets League. Some of the players, I believe one or two, if I'm not mistaken, apologies, are part of your team. You can't coordinate and call Mr. Ken at UP and say, hey, Mr. Ken, we want to come on Wednesday and bring the ladies and have an activation at the student center at UP. I went to tax, so I know. You can't come and do that. When Nigeria in another country can coordinate their people to come and outnumber you inside your own stadium because they understand the dynamic of what is happening. This is why I say, guys, it's not about money. These teams are lazy. These teams are lazy. Lazy. And the sad part is that South African football wasn't always like this. Do you know why you can see Phil Masinga's goal, AFCON goal? It's because they showed us those things over and over again. They taught us how to love a team. Manzitina, you wake up in the morning and you're expected to love Banyana Banyana when they don't even have the decency to show us highlights that day. These things are very important, guys. Oh, they're so important. And I know a lot of you come here and you hear me talking PR and marketing and all those things. Those things are very important. Very important. You can't get by without them. Do you know how you create a Manchester United? Do you know how you create a German football identity, a Brazilian identity? It's those things. You know, we can't even put up just a reminder, a coordinated reminder amongst everybody to say that, guys, Banyana Banyana is playing today at 7. Reggie, it's on the Facebook page, but it seems like the feed that they have has stopped. The feed that they have has stopped. Are we getting back in now? So it's on the SAFA's Facebook page, South African Football Association Facebook page. That is where you'll find this game. But it looks like they're struggling a little bit. It looks like they're struggling a little bit with the broadcast. You have King, DDC games, Kobotakani. People aren't showing up. And then you blame people. Instead of going, hey guys, what are we doing to try and make sure that these things are marketed properly? That people care about these teams. And this goes for everything. PSL, I want a PSL. PSL is in a very similar situation. Very similar situation. Why should I care about Richards Bay? Why should I care? Who's the star player where Richards Bay? Nimazelapi. Is there an interview I can watch? Is there something that they're pushing? Why should I care? But anyway, they keep showing aerial views of the stadium. I'm hoping that we're going to be back for the second half. I'm hoping. Nanning and Bona, you don't want to jump in and engage me, man, on this thing. Whatever we're talking about right now. But for those who are joining just now, it is halftime in the friendly that Banyana Banyana is playing versus Senegal. They are 2-0 up. Wonderful free kick scored for the first goal, and then the second goal was an incredible run by Notolo Kasane, and then who slotted it just right of the keeper. So they are cruising. It's not the best performance, like it's not one of the better performances that I've seen from Banyana Banyana. I think they look a little bit disjointed. They're riding off of their quality versus the Senegalese team. So that is what we're seeing. The Senegal team is, oh, are we back in? Oh no, they're showing highlights. Is this highlights? Yeah, it's highlights from the game. If you want to watch, guys, are you watching second half? As a second half, they started, the reason why I know is that at the beginning of the game, they had the wrong score, that 1-1 score. So they're showing highlights from the beginning of the game, or they're just repeating the first half. Please don't repeat why would you repeat the first half? But why is Safa broadcasting on Facebook like everyone has access to it? Our parents don't have Facebook. Kateko, that's part of the issue. The main broadcast partner of SABC is the main broadcast partner of Safa at SABC. And I don't think they have an appetite to show this game. Supersport is not going to step in because they've been bitten by the rights deal. All of the African football rights, everything to do with African football has been given to SABC. So it's really up to them whether they want to show certain things. Very, very interesting on that side. And then, yeah, even the AFCON. Guys, do you understand that the only reason why Supersport had rights to AFCON is because they're part owned by Canal Plus. So Canal Plus were the ones that basically leased them. As a part owner of the thing, they leased them the international rights for them to be able to show games here. Canal Plus is about to buy out MultiChoice completely. But anyway, that's just a different kettle of fish. Not even YouTube Nyana. Hey guys, ask them how many people have data enough to stream a game like this. Why are they're just showing, they're just repeating the first half. Yeah, one again. And I know 15 minutes has passed. Am I behind? What's going on? Ah, there we go. I was behind. Apologies. I was behind. My thingy didn't reload. Okay. 50 minutes in, it's still 2-0. Apologies. That was me. That means the timer will not be on right now. I will keep you... I'll keep you updated of the time. If there's one person I wish was South African, Urabale. Oh, I wish Urabale was South African. Rabale. Yeah, bangata go Sundowns. Morifi, not Morifi. Tolagele. I wish they were South African, man. What Pracher is doing with Banyana style? Done 53 minutes. Okay, I think I've caught up. It keeps freezing on my side. "53 minutes, South Africa is still leading 2-0 versus this Senegal team. So yeah, guys, that's why I'm like, hi, Africa struggles, man. Africa struggles with the soft things. Africa struggles with the soft things, more marketing, more PR and things like that. Hey, we struggle. And that's where Europe are on our necks. That's where Europe are on our necks. The other weird example I use, here's a weird example I use. This past season in the EPL, we were told how amazing De Zerbi is, the Brighton coach. And in my head, I was like, I remember sitting Kiliwanda one day, and I was like, how do I know that he's good? I haven't watched one Brighton game outside of maybe the ones that they played versus Arsenal. Or am I just getting told and getting told and getting told and getting told that, hi man, this guy's a genius, this guy's a genius, this guy's a genius, this guy's a genius, to the point where I believe it. And then I thought to myself, couldn't you do the same thing for some of the African things? Coach Pitso, Coach Pitso's the genius, Coach Pitso's the genius, Coach Pitso's the genius. And by the time it gets that side, they understand what we have told them. Oh, Linda! Jersey number 10 is on the pitch. First team player, that one. I hope they let her play 10, man. They let her play 10. Obviously, I missed the subs there, but Linda's one of my favorite players. They're at 10. Problem is that Desiree has been playing her as a deep-lying midfielder, a CDM almost. Father and daughter. It's on the Facebook page, SAFA's Facebook page, South African Football Association Facebook page. It is live there. She's been playing a lot deeper. Obviously, it was more to compensate for the fact that Urifilwe had a long-term injury. So you needed somebody with some seniority playing in that position. I get it. I told you guys about how I feel about Banyana and how she's the red card waiting to happen, and how everybody else, Bo Salgado and people like that, don't necessarily play well in that role, Garifilwe. So Ulinda was taken out of position for a while to go play there. But when she plays 10, I want in African football, when you play 10, in African football, bar for bar, pound for pound, that front 5, 6 of ours, Jermaine, Tembi, Hilda, Linda, and Rifilwe. What are that 5? Too good. Too good. They're amazing. They're amazing. So it was sad to have to watch Linda playing in a position where she doesn't normally play. Because she's not a hold the ball midfielder and, wait for the pass or control the game from the back. She's more of a touches player. Like, okay, I get the ball. Salama 1-2. Dalili Paula, you go score, you do those type of things. We try and not keep the ball on my feet too quick, too much. Right? So yeah, she looked out of sorts, man. Then there was the front two. Coach Desiree was experimenting with having Jermaine and Tembi Khatana as sort of like two strikers, two central strikers. I understand the idea because Tembi often needs a partner to do what she needs to do. Like, the more you ask Tembi to do up front, the less it becomes, the less effective she is. So if she has to get the ball and run all the way through and face 4 defenders and try beat them all, she's less effective. But if you can build up the ball quickly, and the two that I prefer is Hilda and her up front, because that's how it usually plays out. Hilda can give her a pass, right? I think that works out. Jermaine, she's on and off. Some games she plays like Usioposine that we know. Some games she disappears. But when they are clicking, that 5. That 5 was really defense. And you're like, it defense was Lisala, because up front the people are doing their job. 59 minutes in, it is still Banyana Banyana leading 2-0 versus Senegal in their friendly game. They haven't looked fluid, even though it seems in the second half Senegal is pushing a lot harder. Senegal is actually pressing us a lot more, and they're being a lot more positive in their movement, which is something they didn't have. Imagine getting bounced. Come on, number 7. Look. Number 7 was Senegal. Mara, Senegalese coach, you've got this tall, physical person on the pitch. Put them in the box and hang balls high. Kaylin is not going to deal with this number 7. But number 7, Ukichime a winging. I really want them to take the initiative in this game, Banyana Banyana. I feel like Banyana Banyana, and I love them, but I feel like Banyana Banyana over the past few games, it's almost like they're taking it for granted. It's almost like they're not all the way playing. Might even be the reason why a lot of the other players were dropped. That performance versus Nigeria at times was dismal. You can even go back to the second game versus Tanzania, but I understand it a bit better because they were already 3-0 up from the first leg, and they were 1-0 up in the game, so it was 4-0 on aggregate. I don't think you need to do too much then, but they're lackadaisical, man. Oh, now you want to catch a yellow card for nothing. Heaven, Senegalese player just kicks away the ball. They've made changes. These are not the ladies from the first half. These are not the ladies from the first half. This is the bomb squad. Who scored for Banyana? I believe it was Motaung from a free kick, and then Unokolo, the son, for the second goal. Okay, Shamase is getting ready to come on. Who's coming off? Yeah, Nokolo. Nokolo's being changed. I like her. She works hard. I like her. She works very hard. You can see that there's effort. My only issue is that the output of that effort, barring the goal, congratulations, she scored a goal. Barring the goal, that effort, man, sometimes it just feels like she's running around for no reason, you know? But yeah, Nashem, she gives her all. You can't knock her for effort. Okay, let's see Shamase. They're getting runs now. They're getting their runs now. Utubelise Shamase, who plays in Lithuania. It's on the Safa's Facebook page. safa.net South African Football Association on Facebook. That is where you'll be able to find it. And I see here, Moliseng is saying that it's also on the Cecil page as well. 63 minutes of the game has gone by. We are 2-0 up. Wahib says the girls are doing great things. Always. This, Banyana Banyana, this is our flagship national team. You know, you guys know how I feel about this team. This is our flagship national team. They deserve way more love than they're getting. Way more love. No stress, tonic, no stress, no stress. Let's swap the boys for girls. At least it's not bad on the Bafana front. It used to be way worse. This is the flagship. Bafana can be number 2 now. I'll acknowledge them. There was a time when we didn't care about Bafana. We didn't even want to acknowledge them. Remember? When they were doing badly. I think most of the country still has that Bafana in their heads when we think about a Bafana team. Is that one that was disappointing us. Bunch of losers. Remember those quotes? Banyana can reach the World Cup semi-final, but these boys are bad. To be fair, Wahib, to be fair, Banyana Banyana is second in Africa. Banyana Banyana have proper international players. So I think I get it. I think Bafana will struggle a little bit more to try replicate what Banyana Banyana is doing in the world. So I just want to be fair, man. I just want to be fair. We need the 96 team back with GOAT. Who's the GOAT, Wahid? Hey, this conversation, you're going to lead me down a dark road. Who's the GOAT, Wahid? Banyana almost shocked Netherlands at the World Cup quarterfinal. No, they almost did. They almost did. They almost did. That's why I'm like, this is the flagship team. I'm just being fair to Bafana that I think the road for them to try get to a World Cup semi-final is a lot harder than Banyana, owing to the number of good teams, you know. I mean, if we look at it, South Africa has a semi-professional team, semi-professional league. Yet that semi-professional league has won the CAF Champions League twice, and that's Sundowns, obviously. But in terms of organization, there isn't. Banyana has always been good. Banyana has always been good. It's just about taking that next step. Lucas Khatebe. Okay, Wahibe. I thought you were going to say Dr. Khumalo. Hey, Malankani. Malankani. What's Malankani doing crossing balls? You should be at the end of those crosses. Is that a red? Red card. Number 21 from Senegal. Clattered into Kaylin Swart. Got a yellow card. Why? Because she kicked away the ball. She kicked away the ball. And that's when you catch an unnecessary yellow card. And then you play reckless for the rest of the game. She clattered into Kaylin Swart here. Goalkeeper. And goalkeepers are protected. So now Senegal is down to 10 players. Hey. Men's football pedigree is different than the women. Sure, I guess you could say that, but you know, I think you'd be shocked at the level of these ladies. I think you'd be very shocked. I think we need to consume a little bit more so that we can learn how good they actually are. That Sundowns team, Banyana style, the team that I support in women's football. Banyana style, the football they play is, yo, like they play a mirror to the men's. And Coach Jerry does actually sit on Rulani's Coach Jerry does sit on Rulani's technical team. But as I'll say, yo, the types of goals, the movement, all of that stuff, 90% of the PSL is not even doing those things. 90% of the PSL is not even doing those things. I can tell you for free. Mo Africa asked how many minutes left. We are currently in the 69th minute, which means there are 20 minutes left of this game. 20 minutes left of this game. Senegal has just gotten a red card. Oh, she's not going to... Is she sitting on the bench? Maramuto Grele red card. Don't you have to go for an early shower? Okay, let's see. Okay, they've just been given another water break. Africa says, you know, Africa Bajwa. But a game, it can end on the 87th minute, just ending. Yeah, finished, 87th minute. I wonder what happened to that ref. Wahib says, thanks to Desiree. No, Coach Des has been incredible. Even if you can question some of the tactics she employs and maybe some of her subs and some of her selections, right? You can't question the fact that she's got an AFCON trophy in her bag. And she's, what, four times Coach of the Year, Women's Coach of the Year, former captain of Banyana Banyana. She's done a lot. She's done a lot. The only question you might ask is, does there come a time where, you know, maybe she needs some help? Maybe she needs some help. Maybe you bring in a Coach Jerry to sit on the side. You bring in the UWC coach, or you bring in the JVW coach. Some of those people, you bring them in maybe to help Coach Desiree modernize this team. I think Coach Des is an incredible coach, but tactically, you know, but I don't want to take that away from anything. She wins. So as long as you're winning, Coach Des, we are happy. As long as you're winning. Yes, former captain. Oh, captain, fantastic. Don't add people with her. They will cause confusion between the team. Marawa. Coach Des as head coach, Coach Jerry as assistant. Oh, I think that's a formidable team. I think that would be an incredible team for Banyana Banyana. I think that, why not, Wahib? Wahib. This is why the assistant coaching job is always rotating there by Banyana Banyana. It's always rotating. Coach Shorty comes in and then goes out to Coach Shorty, even though she leans on her. How can you do that? If she had built the team. Yeah, Wahib, it's not about, it's like this. Coach Pitso takes over Sundowns. He fetches Coach Pangoba, a full head coach, full-on head coach. And he says, my guy, come through. You've got that little bit of bafana best tender that looks like, it looks like a lot of what Shushan and Piano is. I may not be the strongest Shushan and Piano like type of coach. I'm bringing you in to form a formidable team. You get what I mean? So having a two-time Champions League winning coach, I don't know how many times Mamelodi Sundowns has won the Hollywood Bets League. surely it wouldn't hurt to have that person sitting next to you as well. And it's not for competition. It's not for competition. It's not to replace people. You take a good first team coach, yes, but that works. But does that work with your system, how you want to play? It's because you want to. The whole reason why I'm saying it is because I think at times Coach Des needs to modernize this team. I think at times the grit and star power is great and it gets us over the line a lot. Hilda gets us over the line a lot. Tembi gets us over the line a lot, right? But sometimes you need to play. And Coach Jerry, in terms of play, his team is incredible at playing. So the other nice thing about Coach Jerry is that you keep your day job. You are still the Sundowns head coach. You just come in every now and then. You just come in with Banyana Banyana and work with Coach Des. You know, even the UWC guys, anybody. You get what I mean? So for me, you bring him in. The idea differs. Desiree is playing more of a German football type, and it's good technical players. Wahib, I don't know, but that Sundowns team is technical as hell. I think they could work together. Honestly speaking, I think they could work together. I don't see it as a competition. I think people see it as you want to replace Coach Des whenever I have these conversations. I'm like, no. Having a brain's trust doesn't hurt. Having incredibly talented people around you doesn't hurt. That's why I mentioned like the UWC coach. I know he does. I'm forgetting the name. The UWC coach does very well. You've got Coach Jerry who does very well even continentally. So there's some African football that Coach Jerry has played, for example, at a high level. So you'd want them, man. You know, you'd want them close by. You'd want them close by. Because Coach Des herself even said that one of her weaknesses is that she gets caught up in the game. So she's kicking every ball with the team. And her assistants are the ones who are doing subs and all of that type of stuff, according to her, right? Coach Jerry would be incredible there. Look at the game against Netherlands when Banyana lost 2-1. Those are the games where you need a plan. Strongest opponent Jerry has faced. Strongest opponent Jerry has faced, it would have to be that Moroccan team. AS FAR Rabat, the one that has more... I'm blanking their names. Tagnauti. Yeah, Tagnauti. Kind of who was the other one? That's AS FAR. AS FAR Rabat is the strongest team I think he's faced. Locally, it's UWC. Honestly, it's UWC. That's the team that is usually the second strongest. But for me, AS FAR Rabat was the one. They even beat them. Sundowns has played in all three finals, but they lost in the second final because AS FAR knocked them out. AS FAR won the final. So that's the strongest team for me that Coach Jerry has faced. Funny enough, that same AS FAR Rabat team, that same Moroccan team, is the one that is being coached by Nasreddin Nebi. Just to show you how far ahead some teams are in terms of having two different things. So nothing on the level Yabo Spain. No, nothing on the level Yabo Spain. No. To be fair, there's very few South African coaches that have been able to play at that level. Very few. Desiree is one of them. You can point to Coach Vera Pau. You can point to was Keshe a long time ago. I guess they're the ones that have had international experience. But the whole point of bringing in Coach Jerry is not to outshine Desiree. Coach Des is the one with the experience. The problem is that her blind spots are the issue at times. So for me, when there's a blind spot or when you can go fetch people that have, that understand the local game, understand your players. A lot of these players are Mamelodi Sundowns players, and can play a type of football that is different to what you play, so that when you get into crunch places, you have something else that you can do, that the person who's coming in is at a high level. That's the way I view it. Like I think there are plenty of things that Coach Des can do that Coach Jerry can't. And a lot of experiences that Coach Des has that Coach Jerry doesn't. But I feel like having somebody like Coach Jerry there would be very influential, because, again, part of his other job is to sit with Rulani. He's on that staff, Sundowns. The main staffs are the men's. He sits on that staff too. They've got a synergy with the team. So yeah, the level wise, I think Coach Jerry is very, very big. Could be a very big addition. And it's not to replace Coach Des. Hey, I don't want to replace Coach Des. Anyway, hey, 79th minute, guys. It is still 2-0. Banyana is playing the ball now. They've got a lot more possession. Obviously, Senegal has gone down to 10 players. So it's going to offer Banyana the opportunity to play the ball quite a bit. It feels like that number 7 that Senegal had. Number 7, and the player who was sent off, I believe, is number 21. The two of them, it seemed like they were brought in to heighten the press and go at that defense, Banyana. And that's what they were doing. They were winning the balls back high up. They were physically muscling them off the ball. They were being nuisances. But now, when you go down to 10 players, Wanzima. Look at where 7 is playing now. Mara Senegal, put 7 in the box and just play hyper. I don't know, like, do they watch Banyana games? Okay, maybe. Oh, excuse me. Is it Mletsane? Maybe Mletsane is the better keeper aerially. But like the fact that they didn't take advantage of those things. The one weakness of Banyana, the one big glaring hole that Banyana has. If you ever need a get out of free card versus Banyana, there's a specific way you play. And that's where they lost it in the World Cup. Because those teams tried to play Banyana straight up, and Banyana was just like, nah, guys, we're better than you there. And they would just pump it up. Think about the Sweden game. And they were just sending those crosses in because they knew. Argentina did the same thing. The game is on the SABC, SAFA, sorry, the South African Football Association Facebook page. It is being shown there, as well as the Cecil page. That is where the game is being played on Facebook. Broadcast on Facebook. It is not on any of the SABC channels. So yeah. Hey, that's 7. She's tall, like she's tall. But it feels, do you know what it feels like? That number 7 feels like Unsundwana. Where you look at Unsundwana and you're like, you finish well, you're big, you're tall, you are physically there. But you are on the wing, running around with smaller, faster players. And you wonder why. It's this 7 that I'm looking at now. Come, Nicole. Come, Nicole. We've been campaigning for you to be a starter, Nicole. Come on. Show us something, man. Danko. Showshine and piano time. Mazishe. 2-0 up. We've got 7 minutes left. But Ribuleni, guys, they're one man down, man. Ramalipe, Tsarapolo, man. Linda, Shigisha, Kel. Shigisha. 231-2. Now she's free. That's the Linda I like to see. $84 minutes, guys. 84 minutes. 2-0. We're leading. See, that defense, hey, it's shaky. Whenever I see Dlamini, and it's not that she's a bad player, but hey, when I see Dlamini, I think having Juice with her is helping a lot. I think with Juice, I trust her. But even them, when they play versus tall teams, hey, they struggle, man. They struggle. Especially when the pressure's on. Oh, they struggle. I won't forget that that USA game. When we woke up in the morning, oh, they struggled. Oh, Spoga. How are you, Spoga? How are you? Welcome. Linda, dance, Linda, man, now. See, if there's one thing about the B team, quote unquote, that I enjoy, is that they play the ball. Sometimes they're too elaborate, like that part over there. You didn't have to play that pass. It's 4-2. You could have played a better pass. But they, man. And when you look at, again, Abu Chemain, Abu Tembi, they don't play the ball like that. Like, they're not like sharp passing, short sharp passes, right? It's a lot of long balls. Take on your marker. Try create something there. These ones, at least, Batinyana. Hey man, who's the other tall one there? Number 20. Number 20 and number 7, man. Why are you guys playing like midfielders? How do you play false 9 with that height? Especially against the short. But oh, hey, we are happy. We are happy. Press with caution. Sbonga says, I'm good, but I can't watch the game. I'm in a rural area. What's happening? Well, it's on Facebook. Banyana Banyana leading 2-0. We're in the 87th minute. It hasn't been like the best performance from Banyana Banyana, but right now we are holding the ball a lot, which is great. Senegal went down to 10 men after number 21 injured Kaylin Swart to get a second yellow card. So that is what's happening. No, it's not the main squad. It's not the main squad, Sbonga. The only person from the main squad proper, or the only people from the main squad proper, was Swart Ramalepe. Then you had Umbane, Biana, and Linda came on later on. So it's a lot of fringe players that were getting a chance. This game is done and dusted. This game is done and dusted. Senegal thought they could come and beat number 2 in Africa. Number 2 in Africa. World Cup participants. Eh? Last 16. Eh? The furthest. They went the furthest that a South African national team has gone. Eh? And shame they didn't show up to this game. They tried in the second half. They tried very hard in the second half. I'm not going to lie. Second half, they initiated some sort of press. They were on that defense. They were more physical. They were more direct. But it didn't last long. It did not last long. Excuse me. Was the current player a lady who plays for TS Galaxy there, who plays winger? Oh, Nicole, yes. Nicole Michael, she was there. She was there. She was there. She wasn't in this game. She wasn't in this game. TS Galaxy Queen. Now, what TS Galaxy have these teams? 5 minutes. And 5 minutes for what? Was it just for... Okay. Kaylin did take some time. Mara, these people are not going to come back into this game. I was saying, Sponga, that her only issue is that she wants to run all the time. I don't know how she plays at TS Galaxy for TS Galaxy, but for Banyana Banyana, she wants to run all the time, even when the run is not on. And then the other problem was that up front, too much here, every time played that ball. Like every time tried to play that inch perfect ball through defenders. So if Nicole can learn to run at the right times, can learn how to play a quiet game sometimes, like learn how to just play your touches for a good 30 minutes and then hit those 2, 3, 4 runs that put them under pressure. If you run all the time, it's easier to track you. You become more predictable and things like that. Like we know we are going to run, so I know not to press too high or to push too high. I know that I have to be facing a certain direction when balls are played in, especially if you're going to start the run down there. You think you're going to run from there past me to the ball. It's not going to happen. But yeah, it's a win. A win is a win. 2-0. Like I said, in the last 5 games, we had played 2 draws in our last 2 games, and then we had a loss versus Nigeria. So the past 3 games, man, we had lost that winning touch we got versus Tanzania. Yeah, essentially. Nazo, can we get number 3? Who are you crossing to, Mara? Guys, who are you crossing to? You've got a 4v2 or 3v2. You've got space on the far post and you choose to cross it. Here we go, Nicole. Offside. Offside. So she needs proper coaching. Yeah, look, she just needs somebody who can just sit her down and teach her how to vary her game. That's all. Otherwise, I think she's got all the ingredients. Earlier, I was saying that in comparison, her comparison would be Thembi Kgatlan. And Thembi's got a lot of gears, man. Got a lot of gears and a lot of ways to hurt you. Hey, that last pass. As you give them credit, You give them credit by saying at least they love to play the ball. Mara, hey, then they start playing the ball like that. But Tembi is selfish though. True. Tembi is selfish, but also Tembi is put into situations where she has to be selfish. I complain a lot about how Desiree plays Tembi because Tembi has to run out and face 3 defenders. You know, has to run out and shoot and do all of those things. Yes, there's a lot of times when she shouldn't be taking the shot, true. But there's a lot of times where the team puts her in that situation. It's actually funny. I think the first team has a lot of selfish players. I think Jermaine has a streak of being selfish at times. Usioposin. They get it over the line, but sometimes you look at them and you're like, ah, Marakais. Anazan. Change side, change side. Yeah, change side. Cycle it back to the other side. Thank you. Relax. The ref's about to blow her whistle now. There we go. Ref has blown the whistle, and the result was never in doubt. Banyana Banyana win versus Senegal in their second game. Okay, my thoughts on the game are very simple. It wasn't a classic performance. I've been saying this the whole time. It wasn't a classic performance. It didn't overwhelm Senegal and play them off the pitch. I think it was 2 teams. One is a very good, high-quality team that can see out these type of results. The other one, you can tell where the ranking is. The only issue with Banyana Banyana is that you could also see that a lot of these players don't necessarily play as much together, right? So there isn't a chemistry that exists similar to what happens with the first team. The free kick was great. The first goal from Motaung free kick was amazing. And then Nokolo made an incredible run into the box to go score for the second goal. So look, it was a win. A win is a win. Banyana Banyana do well with their preparations for the WAFCON. Remember, WAFCON, the Women's African Cup of Nations, is going to be later on this year, and we're going to be trying to defend our trophy. So these are good games to get other people time, to give them some gelling into the team so that at least you know that your secondary team is going to be strong. None of the full first team, or a lot of the full first team players were not in this game at all, not in the squad at all, outside of Ulinda, right? Like fully fledged, I mean, right? Okay, you could call the others. Anyway, but yeah, that is how the game shook out. It's very disappointing that, again, marketing is down. Very disappointing that SABC is not taking this on. So maybe in the future friendly games, we'll see it. We still have to watch Bafana. That game is going to be coming up. Guys, I see you guys don't even want to request, so it's fine. I'm going to close it. It's been great. Another win for the form team of the national teams, for the national team, the national football team for me in the country is Banyana Banyana, and they proved again, walking over Senegal. Guys, it's been great. Thank you to those that watched. Thank you to those that went onto Facebook to actually support Banyana Banyana. We really do need that support to grow, and really do need to show the ladies love, because they do a lot for the country. But I'll be back again tomorrow, 8 p.m. up 7 p.m. We will talk about the game, and also I want to speak about Coach Rulani. I'm watching the Sundowns fans in the WhatsApp group going back and forth about whether he's the right man. And I want to ask you guys, is Coach Rulani the right person for the job? So tomorrow, 7 p.m., we'll be speaking about that particular topic and figuring out how we feel about him, and we'll go from there. Guys, if you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, go on over to YouTube, the Overthinking Football Show, click on subscribe, click on join, and in the membership area, there's a link for the WhatsApp group. Our conversations there are incredible, right? Incredible, incredible, incredible. So if you don't want to miss out, just head on over and do that. All of the previous episodes are available in full. It's not just watch-alongs and reviews. We have big picture conversations as well. Guys, it's been amazing. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys then tomorrow at 7 p.m.